Hello everyone and welcome to the Arcata Ballpark. I'm Mitchell Monge for Game 3 of the third game between the Humboldt Crabs and the Novato Knicks. Crabs have taken each of the first two games by a score of 4-3. As we get ready for what should be a beautiful Sunday afternoon affair, it'll be David Zazueta on the mound for the Crabs. Let's take a look at the lineup first for the visiting Novato Knicks. Lineups brought to you by Compass Community Credit Union and the North Coast Co-op. Big thank you to Zach back in our Bi-Coastal Media studio for keeping us on the air all weekend and all season long. Knicks are managed by Brett Kim and Ryan Cooney. Leading off, number 15, the shortstop, Caleb Ford. Batting 2, wearing 2, playing second, Adrian Ruiz. The 3 spot, it'll be number 5, left fielder, Cody Guy. Max Shabasteri, the third baseman, he'll bat cleanup, wears 9. Vinny Lencioni playing right field today, wears 25, batting 5th. The 6th spot, number 28, center fielder Nicholas O'Rourke hit a 2-run home run onto the Freeway Friday. Missed yesterday's affair. He turned his ankle running the bases, but back in the lineup here this afternoon. 7, 8, 9, 24, first baseman Matt Anderson. 26, the designated hitter Julian Brennick. And rounding out the lineup, doing the catching for the Knicks, number 22, John Holtz. Pitcher on the mound is Sebastian Elsner out of the College of Marin for the Knicks. And now, starting lineups for your Humboldt Crabs. Keaton Morris leads it off, playing short. Cabana Soares behind the plate, batting second in the 3 spot. Third baseman Cameron Sewell. Right fielder Sutter Moss batting cleanup. Liam Forsythe caught last night, designated hitter today, batting 5th. First baseman Caden Lee bats 6th. Parker Rogers plays second, bats 7th. Nolan Hamilton out in left, batting 8, and Timmy Reed in center. To round out the lineup, first pitch from Zazueta is strike 1, and we are underway. 81st season of Crabs baseball here on ESPN 107.3, brought to you by Above Board Construction, Roofing, and Solar. Second pitch from the left-hander Zazueta off the plate and away. 1-1. Zazueta out of the lineup. Pitch up at the eyeballs. Misses. David Zazueta is a freshman playing college ball at Central Arizona College. All left-hander as that pitch is fouled straight back to the screen. Count is 2-2 to the shortstop, Caleb Ford. Ford 1 for 4 yesterday, batting .227 on the year. Right-handed hitter awaiting the 2-2. The pitch swung on, a little blooper down the right field line, drops foul towards the Knicks bullpen. Big shout out as always to Liam Warner for all he does in the booth for the Crabs all season long, running stats, the stream, everything, you name it. Liam's on top of it, keeping us going all season long. We'll get him on the radio here soon as well. Zazueta, the 2-2, misses low. Umpires for today, Michael Cowan behind home plate, Daniel Osborne at first, Zach Norton at third. So a full count. The first batter, payoff pitch from Zazueta. Misses high for ball 4. Ford is aboard with a walk. It'll bring up the second baseman, Adrian Ruiz. Ruiz batted third yesterday, went 0 for 5. He's batting .278 on the year. Defensively for the Crabs, left to right across the infield, Cameron Sewell at third, Keenan Morris at short, Parker Rogers at second, Caden Lee holding on, Ford at first. There's a rocket down the left field side, but foul. As Josh, the groundskeeper, see him if you're watching on the YouTube live stream, walking there behind home plate, carrying the broom as the Crabs looking for the series sweep of the Knicks this afternoon. Zazueta now working out of the stretch, comes set. Throws over to first. Back in standing is Ford. The breeze currently blowing out to straightaway center. Winds are expected to pick up over the course of the game. Zazueta look to first and throws to first. Again, Ford back standing. 0-1 is the count to Adrian Ruiz. Pitch is skied into left center field. Nolan Hamilton going back, getting on his horse. That one's into the alley towards the 394 sign. Ford being waved around at third, and Ruiz now digging for third, slides in safely, and an RBI triple. The second at bat for the Knicks, and they have an early 1-0 lead. So left center 394 sign is the Crabs version of Triples Alley. And Ruiz showed off the wheels, legging out a triple here in the first inning. So just underway, nobody out, and Ruiz at third. Knicks lead the Crabs 1-0. So Zazueta's going to work out of the windup with Ruiz on third, misses high and away. Interesting to see how pitchers, there's no threat of the steal, as Ruiz unlikely to try and take home. Goes back to where he's comfortable out of the windup. The 1-0 catches the bottom part of the strike zone. 1-1. Zazueta deals, fouled off, out of play. Crabs wearing their all-white uniforms. They opened the 81st season with them on Friday as well. Been road grays for the Knicks all weekend long. There's the 1-2 to Cody Guy. Fouled away down the right field side. Again over towards the bullpen. The count remains at 1-2. Guy, the right-handed hitting left fielder, played collegiate league down at Cal State Monterey Bay. The 1-2. Out in front of that one, but just got a piece. Did Guy. And bat boy for today's affair, bringing a couple new baseballs to Michael Cowan, the home plate umpire. Crabs trailing 1-0 early here in the top of the first. RBI triple from Adrian Ruiz. He's standing there with only nobody out. That's a blooper into center. Reed lost his hat coming in. It's going to be Keenan Morris, the shortstop, coming out to make the catch. And too shallow for Ruiz to try and tag. Both Morris coming out from short and Reed in center lost their hats en route to that baseball. Morris had a long way to go. He's about 20-25 feet into the outfield grass. Very nice play by the shortstop. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Max Shabasteri. Another righty at the plate. And he skies another one to pop up into center, but deeper. Reed under it, makes the catch. Here's the tag from Ruiz. Reed's throw is offline, and it's 2-0 Knicks. So similar line. The fly ball from Guy, but deeper by Shabasteri. Plates the second run of the game for the Knicks, and they hold a 2-0 lead. Brings up the right fielder, Vinny Lencioni. Lencioni went 1 for 5 as the designated hitter yesterday, batting .167. A pitch ran inside and hit him. Lencioni jogs on down to first, and it was Drake Poitras, the right fielder yesterday for the Knicks, got hit 3 times by Crabs pitchers. Then in the 9th inning, the Crabs were hit 3 times by Elijah Aguilar, the pitcher for the Knicks, to load the bases, and eventually a walk-off walk gave the Crabs a victory in the bottom of the 9th yesterday. First pitch to Nicholas O'Rourke is called for a strike on the inside part of the plate. All right-handed batters so far. Pitch high and away, misses for a ball. 2-0, Knicks on top of the Crabs here in the top of the first. Mitchell Manji here at the Arcata Ballpark to wrap up this weekend's 3-game series. 1-1 count. Zazueta delivers, and that's going to be a blooper that'll get down into left. Coming in is Hamilton. He fields it. Lencioni advances to second, and O'Rourke aboard with the single. Mentioned it during the lineups, but O'Rourke turned his ankle around in first after he hit a home run on Friday night. Didn't see him yesterday, but back in the lineup today. This will be the 7th batter for the Knicks of the first inning. Will be the first baseman, Matt Anderson. Also had the day off yesterday as well after appearing in Friday's contest. Zazueta checks the runner at second, comes home, misses high and away. There's some control issues for Zazueta so far in the early first. Another look back to second, Zazueta delivers. Anderson thought about it, but takes called strike. 1-1 the count, 2 outs, 2 on. Lancioni, the runner at second, O'Rourke at first. Zazueta deals strike 2. So fastball coming in at 84 miles an hour. Pitch is fouled straight back to the screen, and Anderson stays alive. Fastball for Zazueta, about 84 to 88 miles per hour. Scouting report from Perfect Games says it's got a little bit of slight arm side run, so that would be in on the hands to left-handed batters, away from right-handed batters. Could be a good strikeout pitch on the low outside part of the zone. Goes there on the outside part of the plate, gets a wave and a miss. And Anderson is retired. So Crabs get out of the first, but not before allowing a couple of runs. It's the Knicks 2, the Crabs 2 up on ESPN 107.3. First, Crabs trailing the Knicks 2-0. It'll be the top of the lineup. 9, 10, 11 are the numbers. 1, 2, 3. Keenan Morris, Kavana Soares, Cameron Sewell. So Keenan Morris now to lead things off against the starter for the Knicks, the left-handed pitching Sebastian Elsner. The lefty on lefty.
Humboldt Crabs, shortstop number 9, Keenan Morris.
So Morris batted second on Friday, was the leadoff man yesterday and this afternoon. Takes first pitch in the other batter's box for a ball. Sebastian Elsner pitches at College of Marin. Big tall lefty on the mound. Deals again off the plate. Quickly 2-0. Morris yesterday 0 for 4 in the leadoff spot. He's yet to record a hit this season. Trailing 2-0 would be a good time for number 1. And there's a line drive to the second baseman. Takes a weird hop, backing up, and making the throw to first in time is Adrian Ruiz. An interesting carom off the infield dirt. He took a step in and then ended up trying to back up. You saw how quickly that was coming in. And Ruiz able to stay with the play and get the throw on to first to eliminate Morris. Crabs 2-0 in this young season. Again, 4-3 victories Friday and Saturday. As Elsner deals, misses first pitch to Kavana Soares. Soares behind the plate for the Crabs, his second game catching, and caught Friday's affair as well. The pitch is skied, but out of play, foul by Soares.
That foul ball brought to you by the Fireplace on F Street in Arcata.
Soares, a Crab in 2023. The pitch. High drive to center, but staying in the ballpark as O'Rourke goes back to the warning track and makes the catch. Soares retired, gave the ball a ride. And needed a little bit more from the wind, headed out to center to get on base.
Third baseman, number 11.
Bring up the three-hole hitter, Cameron Sewell. Plays college ball at Sac State. Coached by Crabs Hall of Famer Reggie Christensen. Inducted in 2024. Lefty on lefty again. And that one ran inside above the head of Sewell. He ducked, but he probably, even if he didn't duck down, that probably still would have been above his head. So both pitchers slightly erratic in the first. Elsner out of the windup, deals. That one's over the plate for a strike. 83 on the fastball there from Elsner. Sewell yesterday 1 for 3. He's batting .600 in this young season. Takes low for a ball there. He's been affected in his first couple games in a Crabs uniform. Swings and misses. Foul tipped that one into the glove, but just strike two. So Sewell at Sac State made 40 starts in his collegiate debut season in 2024. Hit .233. Now in Sacramento, takes that pitch in the dirt and away. Count runs full. Bottom of the first here from the Arcata Ballpark, Mitchell Monge bringing you all the action as the Crabs trailing the Knicks early 2-0. Final game of our three-game series. Our next game will be Wednesday versus the Humboldt Eagles, right here at the Arcata Ballpark. Wind up in the pitch. Swung on and missed, and Sewell goes down. So Crabs go in order. The home half of the first. We're on to the second inning. It's the Knicks 2, the Crabs nothing here on ESPN 107.3. Star Wars, Star Trek themed afternoon here at the Arcata Ballpark. Crabs trail the Knicks 2-0 on the second inning. World famous Crabgrass Band. It'll be the 8-hole designated hitter, Julian Brennick, face Zazueta. Knicks made Zazueta work in the first, got 2 runs across on 2 hits, sent 7 to the plate. First pitch is a strike. Second is a chopper softly to short. Morris charging in, up with it. Long throw to first is in time to retire Brennick. A couple of very nice defensive plays early on here from Keenan Morris. Tracked a fly ball going down into shallow center. Got a good jump on it too, read it all the way, and was playing deep. His heels were on the outfield grass, came all the way in, fielded that ball at the edge of the infield grass. Transferred it from the glove cleanly and a long throw to first. Falling away from the base, really, as he came in to get that one. It'll be John Holtz, the catcher. Finish up the first time through the order for the Knicks here in the top of the second. Crabs trailing 2-0. The pitch. Low and in the dirt. Breaking ball from Zazueta broke a little too much. The 1-1. Fouled straight back and out of play.
Foul ball over the fence, sponsored by Babywood Golf.
Again, referencing perfect game, but the scouting report on Zazueta, if you can utilize that arm action, you can hide the ball a little bit, and it adds a sense of extra velocity even without adding anything to the pitch. And swing and a miss there. Holtz waved at a fastball. And 2 quick outs. Much needed for the Crabs here in the top of the second.
At the top of the lineup, the Novato Knicks.
It'll be Caleb Ford. Ford got aboard to start the game with a walk, came around to score off the Ruiz triple. Zazueta to the pitch. This is low for a ball. Another breaking ball that missed low. Occasions have been better with the fastball. Goes back to the fastball, high part of the zone, fouled away. Fastball coming in there at 85 miles an hour. And it's probably going to stay between 84 and 88 for the lefty. And breaking ball caught the outside part of the zone, looked like a backdoor slider. Trackman strike zone says it stayed away, but home base umpire Michael Cowan gave it to him. The 1-2, waved at, missed. Way out in front of that breaking ball, and Ford is retired. So a 1-2-3 second inning. Well appreciated by Zazueta. Crabs due up. It'll be 4-5-6. They trail by 2 here on ESPN 107.3.
With the purchase of
Bottom of the second, Crabs trailed 2-0. Sutter Moss, Liam Forsyth, and Caden Lee due up for the home team. Second inning of work for Sebastian Elsner. Set the Crabs down in order 1-2-3 in the first. Took the Crabs 6 full innings to get their bats going last night. No runs scored until the 7th. First pitch from Elsner in there, called strike 1. The 0-1 popped up on the infield. Elsner calling off his catcher and unable to make the catch. Sebastian Elsner called off his catcher, John Holtz. And lost that ball. It hit off the palm of his mitt and just bounced right out. Sutter Moss is aboard.
Next up, Crabs designated hitter number 5, Liam.
By way of an error by the pitcher. Bring up Liam Forsyth. Forsyth yesterday just 1 for 4, but he had 3 really well hit balls, 2 of them either right at the player or snagged for an out. Takes the first pitch off the plate. Holt's throw is wild, going back to the pitcher, Elsner. Moss not going anywhere at first. Ruiz, the second baseman, backing up the play. And as monotonous as it might seem for younger baseball players, it's the importance of backing up, even on a routine throw, such as from home to the mound. And a throw over. Oh, Sutter Moss took a step towards second on the motion and then ended up diving back in safely. Give him a little more to think about over at first. Elsner trying to hold him honest. 1-0 count for Forsyth. Right-handed batter against the lefty on the mound. Pitch. Outside part of the plate. Second strike that's been called there that looks to be a little out of the zone. Cowan, the umpire. 2 times he's called it. Let's see if he remains consistent over the course of the game with that call. And it's both times it's been to a right-handed hitter. Breaking ball, stayed high. Ball 2. And after that called strike that was a little off the plate, Forsyth turns around and has a couple of words in not a negative manner with Cowan, but just to kind of clarify it and gave him a little nod and the understanding that that pitch is going to be called a strike. So the 2-1 coming. Elsner missed high. And as he got into his pitching motion there, he snapped his head kind of towards first to check the runner, but he was already committed coming home. So even if he tried to pivot, it would have been a balk. I guess just reminding Moss over at first that he's indeed is thinking about him. That pitch runs high and tight, and he walked Forsyth. So can't get too focused on the runner at first. Going to take care of the man at the plate as well. So Crabs, 2 on and nobody out. Trailing 2-0 in the bottom of the second. Want to get some offense going. It was an error by the pitcher, Elsner. A routine infield pop-up just bounced out of his glove, allowing Moss to reach base and the walk there. Bring up the first baseman, Caden Lee. Another right-handed bat for the Crabs. Pitch. Popped up into right field, fair territory. Moss back to tag, misjudged. That ball's gone. A 3-run shot to Lee. That looked like a routine fly ball off the bat. It carried all the way out, hit halfway up the netting and right. Crabs retake the lead, 3-2. First home run of this young season goes to the first baseman.
Next up, Crabs, second baseman number 4,
Caden Lee,
Rogers.
junior out of Simpson University, plates 3. Crabs back on top for the first time. First pitch misses high now to Parker Rogers. The air proving costly on the mound, but now you get to clear the base paths and reset. Does Elsner, but pitch also misses high. The 2-0. Missed high. Ooh, called strike there. Again, it was a pitch on the outside part of the plate, but that one was a little more high than it was outside, in my opinion. So Crabs on top here at the bottom of the second, 3-2. Rogers, that one in the dirt. 3-1. So 3-2 lead. It's Caden Lee. First home run for the Crabs this year. Parker Rogers takes low for a ball. After giving up the home run, Elsner, a 5-pitch walk. Puts a Crab right back on base.
Number 2, Nolan Hamilton.
Brings up the left fielder, Nolan Hamilton. Hamilton yesterday, 1 for 4, scored a run, had an RBI. He's batting .375 through 2 games. A 2024 baseball season at Mesa Community College, he hit .347 in 24 games. Dropped off to .246 last year. Outside part of the plate's open for business, called for a strike. So make note to Crabs hitters, especially with 2 strikes, you're gonna have to protect the outside. Breaking ball stays high. 1-1. Still nobody out here. Bottom of the second, Crabs have brought 3 home. Courtesy of a Caden Lee. Long ball towards City Hall. Short lead at first for Rogers. Long look over. Fouled straight back. Hamilton's got some speed as well. Stole 15 bases this past season down at Mesa Community College. Flashed the leather in yesterday's affair, a head-first dive, making a catch out and left. The 1-2, the shot towards the second baseman, could be a double play ball to second for 1, mishandled by the shortstop Ford. Everybody's safe. Wasn't a true underhand flip by Ruiz, the second baseman. More kind of a backhanded shove, as you would think you'd do like a shovel pass in football, perhaps. And Ford had his glove upside down, and it just bounced out of the palm of his mitt, similar to the drop pop-up by Elsner. And instead of a double play, you get no outs. And as Robin Guyver walks all the way out to have a quick word with Timmy Reed, stepping up for his first at bat. It's uncommon to see the manager walk all the way out to home plate. We had to pause in the action as the catcher Holtz went out to converse with his pitcher. So Crabs lead at 3-2, bottom of the second. Now they got 2 on, 2 out again. Reed shows bunt. Called strike. Reed dropped down a beautiful sac bunt yesterday. Well placed in between the pitcher and the third base foul line. Advance the runners is part of that big 7th inning. The 0-1. Breaking balls taken the other way into left, and right there for the catch is Guy, the left fielder. Just a little too much on that one. Off the bat of Reed. Both runners staying put. Lineup turns over. Keenan Morris up to the plate. Looking for his first hit on the season. Pitch in there for a called strike 1. Morris and Elsert. Oh, and a high throw again from Holtz, but Elsert on the mound able to jump and wrangle it in. It's lefty on lefty, both with the blonde locks flown out of the back of their respective hats or batting helmets. Elsner comes set. Pitch is roped into right field. That one's going to get down for a base hit. Getting waved around And it's going to be a close play. Rogers is safe. Rogers probably was not going to be safe, but Holt's unable to hold on to the baseball on the throw. Hamilton goes first to third, and Keenan Morris, a well-timed first hit of the season, an RBI single to right.
Next up, number 10, Humboldt Crabs.
So first and third now with one away. Brings up the catcher, Kavana Soares, 8th batter of the second for the Crabs. They lead this game 4-2. Throw to first, Morris dives back in. Really didn't even need to launch there, just kind of had to lay down. He had that short of a lead at first. Now the Crabs tried to run the double steal second draw throw, and send the runner from third home as Soares takes time. But beautifully executed by the Knicks. I believe it was Gilbert Roth behind the plate. Pump fake to second and got the runner. It was Cruz Wexler behind the dish. I stand corrected as a called strike outside part of the plate. First and third, one out. Crabs up 4-2. Pitch to Soares is high. Kavana Soares playing at UH Hilo, also played at University of Nevada and Cabrillo College. Originally from Kailua Kona in Kauai. Kealakekee High School. The 1-1. There's a blooper into right center. That's going to get down. Another run is going to come in. Morris to second. Morris thought about going to third as Lencioni, the right fielder, didn't get a clean scoop on the grass, but he puts the brakes and goes back to second. So a 5-run second inning now for the Crabs, and still only one out.
Next up, number 11, Cameron Sewell.
That'll bring up Sewell. Crabs win down in order 1-2-3 in the first. A far different inning here in the second as they played at 5 with the opportunity for more.
Water containers can be filled at the water filtration station located at the
So Nolan Hamilton came in to score on that single, and we have time called by the Knicks, and infield catcher and coach will meet, converse out of the mound. Readjusting his hat, and on the mound is Elsner, and scratching the back of his head. He's just looking for answers right now. So Crabs bats have come alive here in the bottom of the second. Soares the runner at first. Morris takes his lead away from second. Wynn picking up, going to straightaway center. Sewell ready, lefty on lefty. Neither runner being held on. That pitch is fouled out of play. Ninth batter of this second inning, the Crabs are sent up to the plate. Cameron Sewell, Sacramento State University. The 0-1, foul back again. So it stayed in the ballpark. One hopper right back to the catcher, Holtz. Still going to switch out for a fresh baseball. Sewell now behind 0-2. Moss standing in the on-deck circle. He's the one who led off this inning. And called strike 3. Pitch off the plate to a left-handed batter. So the outside part of the plate is open to either side of the bat. With home plate umpire Michael Cowan, known for his emphatic punch-outs. That one was maybe a 5 out of 10 on the Cowan punch-out scale. Brings up Sutter Moss. Second plate appearance of the inning, called for a strike. Lefty on lefty. Moss takes high. Moss led off this inning with what looked like a routine pop-up on the infield. And Elsner on the mound called off his catcher and was unable to make the play. That's what started this 5-run bottom of the second for the Crabs. 2 on, 2 out. Pitch misses low and away. 2-1 now the count. Elsner been working out of the stretch almost all inning. Some clapping going on at first from Suarez. Wanting to pile on to this lead. Pitch. Skied up on the infield again. Going back into left field, and the shortstop, Ford, all the way over near the foul line, makes the catch. So the Crabs send 10 to the plate here in the home half of the second. They score 5 runs and lead it 5-2. On to the third here on ESPN 107.3. Two on to the third, a 5-run second for your Humboldt Crabs puts them in front, and first time they've scored more than 4 runs. Good time to do it. Got the offense going early as well. A little more comfortable for David Zazueta, pitching now with a 3-run lead. So second baseman Adrian Ruiz swings and misses on the first pitch. Ruiz tripled home a run in his first at bat. Zazueta working quickly. That one stays away for a ball. Trying a backdoor slider. Not enough bite. Wind up and the pitch. Oh, something. Bottom dropped out of that one. Swung on and missed for strike 2. The pitch. High and away. So 2-2 count now to number 2. Second baseman batting second, Ruiz. Wind up and the pitch again. Slider stayed high and away. Counts now run full to Ruiz. Pitch. Missed it. Ruiz aboard with a base on balls. And he's got speed as well. And he's second base tonight. He played out in center field yesterday. We'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, Cody Guy. Working out of the stretch now is Zazueta. Pitch too high. And Suarez popped out of his stance. I wonder if they were just trying to bait Ruiz to see if he would try to steal. Not a exact pitch out, but that might have been the thought as a pitch is a check swing up, but I believe called a strike. Zazueta checks to first, throws over there. Back in standing Ruiz. Caden Lee holding the runner on at first. Hamilton in left, Timmy Reed, the center fielder, and Sutter Moss in right for the Crabs. That one wild. Hung on to by Suarez. 2-1. Crabs with a 5-2 lead, top of the third. Nobody out, and a runner on for the Knicks. Swung on and missed. Fastball down the heart of the plate. Looking to be the best pitch guy sees all at bat. Couldn't get around on it. Count now 2-2. The pitch. High and away. It's been over, I'd say 90 to 95% of the misses have been for Zazueta against a right-handed heavy lineup. Comes back low with the fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Brings up Max Shabasteri. A sacrifice fly to center. Plated the second run of the game for the Knicks. Zazueta out of the stretch. Delivers. Pitch high, and again Suarez popping out of his stance. So second time in a row we've seen the first pitch of the at-bat be high, and Suarez quickly up to see what he can do. That one misses away for another ball. So a 2-0 count. The cleanup hitter. Short lead at first for Ruiz. And there's that slider missing high and away. 3-0. A 5-2 lead for the Crabs. If you haven't made it out to the ballpark, next game Wednesday at 7 against the Humboldt Eagles. That pitch is skied on the infield, swinging 3-0. And Lee trying to track it down. Lee's not going to get there. He fell down. The throw to second, and Ruiz is retired. He was hanging by first base because, again, expected to be a routine pop-up, and Lee pointing up, blaming the sun. He lost it, but same outcome as if he would have caught it. Parker Rogers right there, the second baseman, to pick that one up and throw over to the shortstop, Keenan Morris, covering second. So Ruiz, the speedster, eliminated from the base pass, and Shabasteri is aboard on a fielder's choice. We'll bring up Lencioni, right-handed hitting right fielder. First pitch fouled off. The 0-1 and throwing to first instead. Zazueta trying to keep Shabasteri honest. To my eye, Ruiz, one of the fastest players, if not the fastest in this Knicks lineup. Check swing on a high fastball, and Michael Cowan doesn't even need to appeal. He's going to say he went around. So Lencioni now in an 0-2 hole. Lencioni was hit by a pitch in the first. Pitch inside and rung up. Michael Cowan, another big strike 3 punch out. And Zazueta retires, Lencioni looking. On to the bottom of the third, Crabs with a 5-2 lead here on ESPN 107.3. Baseball brought to you by Baywood Golf and Country Club. Also brought to you in part by the Big Blue Cafe. Visit the Crabs' favorite, the Big Blue Cafe on the Plaza in Arcata, serving breakfast and lunch all day. Welcome home to the Big Blue, a great brunch spot on the weekend. You can double up, hit the Big Blue Cafe, head on over to the ballpark afterwards, and enjoy some quality baseball. As trainer for the Crabs, Nate Keys, out having a conversation with the pitcher, Sebastian Elsner, for the Knicks. Crabs baseball is also brought to you by Crestmark Millwork. Crestmark Millwork is a local manufacturer of custom cabinetry and millwork for commercial projects throughout California and Oregon. Creating signature elements of extraordinary spaces since 1997, Crestmark is committed to promoting a healthy and productive society by investing in the relationships with their employees, local communities, suppliers, and customers.
Coming back for your Humboldt Crabs, number 5.
Designated hitter Liam Forsyth strolls on over to the plate. Crabs with a 5-2 lead. They sent 10 to the plate in the bottom of the second. Looking to continue the hot bats as Elsert's first pitch, low fastball in there, called strike. Forsyth, impressive hitting. Didn't have a great stat line yesterday, but made good contact, yet to do so. Here he was walked in his first at bat, came around to score a run, swings and misses there. Fastball down the middle, and quickly in an 0-2 hole. Back in and ready, the pitch in the dirt. Good block by Holtz behind the plate for the Knicks. Another good turnout here Sunday at the Arcata Ballpark. Already over 2,000 fans through the first 2 games. As that pitch is popped up, that's going to be into the stands. No, stays in play, and Holtz caught that one inches from the backstop. So Forsyth pops out to the catcher. Brings up Caden Lee. Lee with an oppo taco in his first at bat today. A home run to right. The pitch. Elsner took something off that one. In the zone for a called strike 1. Lefty kicks, deals. That one smacked into right center. Lee gave that one a ride as well. Going back, a one-hopper off the wall. Lee gunning for second, and he's in standing. Caden Lee's bat is white hot right now. 2 extra base hits, a double and a home run.
Hey, let's hear it for a hot boy, Gavin.
So a 1-out double. Right-handed slugger from Simpson. Crabs know a thing or two about a big hitting first baseman, Billy Ham, last couple of years. Lee with big shoes to fill, but trying to prove himself around the first weekend. Parker Rogers takes the first pitch, low and in for a ball. And Billy Ham threw out the honorary first pitch. Friday's game. The 1-0 to Parker Rogers. Is off the inside part of the bat, a 2-hopper to the second baseman. Up with it, throw to first in time. Rogers is retired. Lee advances to third on the ball to the right side of the infield. It's just a slow chopper. A lot of backspin off the short part of the bat. Here's Nolan Hamilton, first pitch swinging. Fouls it straight back. Second pitch way outside to Hamilton. Reached base on an error in his first plate appearance, as that breaking ball stays high. 2-1. Pitch from Elsner, high and away. Hamilton looking to get back on the base. Here in the booth is the pitch to Timmy Reed. He takes that one the opposite way, but right at the left fielder for the final out of the inning. So the Crabs leave 2 runners on. We head to the 4th inning. Crabs 5, Knicks 2 here on ESPN 107.3.
Today, following the game, kids are able to line up on the third base side later. We'll give them the countdown and watch them run from third base.
4th inning, Crabs on top. 5-2. David Zanzueta remains on the mound. Nicholas O'Rourke coming to the plate for the Knicks. O'Rourke hit a 2-run blast onto the freeway on Friday. Steps into the box and quickly Zanzueta the pitch. That one skied up into left. Not getting out as Hamilton over and makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Crabs Baseball brought to you by Cypress Grove. Cypress Grove is the leading producer of delicious artisan goat cheese, including Humboldt Fog, one of the most famous cheeses in the country. Proudly based in Arcata, California, Cypress Grove cheeses are available at cheese shops and grocery stores nationwide and available online at cypressgrovecheese.com. There's nothing like that Humboldt Fog feeling. First pitch and off speed from Zanzueta. Catches the lower third of the zone, called strike. Swing and a miss there by Matt Anderson, and he's in an 0-2 hole. And time called by Anderson is before he could even get dug into the batter's box. Zanzueta was working a little Miles Standish-esque. Quickly into the rotation. Now the 0-2. Fouled back. Caught a piece of Soares' mask behind the plate. He's all right. Anderson stays alive. Wind starting to pick up. Still blowing to dead center. Back into the box and quickly into the windup. Zanzueta left that one off the plate and low. Anderson was tempted, but didn't end up going around. Here's the 1-2. Skipped that one in there. Ball 2. No action in either bullpen. A little milling around, maybe some stretching going on the Knicks side. As that breaking ball, way outside, but Cowan rang him up anyways. He's been given the outside part of the plate all day. He gave the outside and then some on that backdoor slider. Anderson retired looking for the second out. Knicks have used 5+ pitchers both of the first 2 games. See how long they leave Elsner in. That one in the dirt from Zazueta. Ball 1. Left-handed pitcher deals. Fouled straight back to the screen. This is Julian Brennick. Grounded out to short. First time against Zazueta. The 1-1. Ooh, skipped that one inside, so. Trying to rough up the baseball a little. Some pitches in the dirt is Zazueta. 2-1 backdoor slider, called strike. He's gone to that pitch quite a few times so far this afternoon. Wind up in the 2-2. Ooh, ball stayed low. With the catcher Suarez and Zazueta on the mound, started walking off. Michael Cowan, the home plate umpire, did not move. Full count, and Zazueta steps off. Wind up. Tried to go backdoor again, missed low. And he walked Brennick. So from what you thought was going to be strike 3 to a walk, Zazueta will have to face another hitter here in the top of the 4th with a 5-2 lead. Brennick takes a short lead at first base, being held on by Lee. Zazueta out of the stretch, chopper fouled down the first base line. David Sharp in attendance today. Former Crabs president. The 0-1 from Zazueta is a chopper, this time down the third base line, but foul. So late on the first one, early on the second for Holtz. Struck out in his first at bat. Zazueta comes set. Takes a look to first and delivers. Another chopper foul just over the Crabs dugout. Inside part of the bat. So we'll do the 0-2 again. Brennick at first. Pitch high and away. Suarez took a look down there. No throw, though. Zazueta deals. Backdoor slider. There's the called strike 3 he was looking for.
At the
End of 3.5. Crabs on top, 5-2, trying to play it another couple of runs. Headed to the bottom of the 4th on ESPN 107.3. pitcher on the mound for the Knicks. Is there going to be a right-hander, number 27? I'll try to get the name on him. As it'll be a different look for the Crabs, the righty on the mound. Crabs Baseball brought to you by Charleston Tree Services. We're here to help with your growing concerns. Our locally owned and operated family business has served homeowners and commercial property owners throughout Humboldt County since 2007. Charleston Tree Service.
Later this week, we have a one-game
This has
series
started
hosting the Humboldt Eagles.
right down the road at Fieldbrook from where I grew up. And now a sponsor of Crabs Baseball. Get the banner down behind home plate. So Gavin House, new pitcher on the mound for the Novato Knicks. Again, we mentioned it before, but they went through the lowest number of pitchers we've seen in a game out of the Knicks is 5. It's 6, I believe, last night. Excuse me, 5 in both games. So Keenan Morris will be due up. Reed flew out to left to end the third for the Crabs. Keenan Morris got his first hit of the year in the second inning, a single. Also got an RBI. So we'll take time for Holtz. He'll go have a chat with House.
Leading the lineup for your Humboldt Crabs, it's number 9,
third at bat of the day for Morris. First time facing righty today for a left-handed hitting Morris, Eureka High Logger, playing at Southeast Missouri State. Takes first pitch low for a ball. Couldn't ask for better weather for Sunday of opening weekend here at the Arcata Ballpark. Breeze out to center, sunshine, and Morris has his second hit of the day. Starting to get it going, another single into right. Leadoff man is aboard in the fourth. Round of applause for the bat boy.
And now at bat, your Humboldt Crabs.
Our base coach, Jeff Jackman, giving the signs to Morris at first. Here's Cavana Suarez. Righty on righty. Morris short lead at first. Pitch from House. Missed off and away, skips away from the catcher. He lost the ball, did Holtz. And Morris jogs the 90 feet up to second. So pass ball. As the catcher got his mitt on there and just unable to create the scoop. A difficult play, but one that you got to make nonetheless as a catcher. So 1-0 to Suarez. House comes set. 2-0. Keenan Morris, the runner at second, runner in scoring position for the Crabs with nobody out. Scored 5 in the second as Holtz is going to take time again to go talk to his pitcher, Gavin House. And in the meantime, Cavana Swords passing the time, trying to twirl the bat. It is Star Wars Day. Swords trying to tap into his inner Jedi. But he dropped the bat, so now we're ready to resume action. Morris on second, nobody out. Crabs on top, 5-2 here in the fourth. The pitch. That one's blasted, but shallow center over, making the catch on the warning track. O'Rourke, as Morris tags and advances to third. So off the bat with the wind going out to center, I mean, the American flag is fully extended, blowing out to left center. And the ball, even on the home run by Lee, didn't look like it was going to be out off the crack of the bat. Sometimes it can be hard to tell. The baseball definitely carrying. You got the sun out, it's warm, and the wind definitely helping. So far, just seen 2 home runs this weekend, one of them today. One for each team. Brings up the left-handed hitting third baseman. Cameron Sewell takes that first pitch inside for a ball. Morris standing at third with just 1 out. That one, almost the identical situation, or I mean identical spot, called a strike. So 1-1. Hard hit ball to the outfield, scores a run. House delivers. Low and inside, this time blocked by Holtz. 2-1. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Knicks. 5 runs on 5 hits and a clean sheet for the Crabs. 2-1 to Sewell. High and away, 3-1. I already mentioned, but another good turnout on opening weekend at the Arcata Ballpark, trying to parlay that into Wednesday's game. It's the local team, the Humboldt Eagles. That pitch misses low, and Sewell is aboard with a walk. So Crabs will start Pacific Empire League play on the road this year.
Up next, that's number 6, Sutter Moss.
Brings up the right fielder, Sutter Moss. First and third with 1 away. Runner goes at first, and the throw down to second, cut off by the shortstop. Crabs got in trouble trying to not play on Friday's game. But again, executed well by the Knicks. Crabs get a free base at second. It eliminates the double play opportunity with 1 out. Pitch was a called strike. So Pacific Empire League play starts on Tuesday, June 17th at the Healdsburg Prune Packers. That'll be a 3-game series followed up by a 3-game road series against the Lincoln Potters. Crabs' first home league game will be June 27th against the Potters. That pitch misses high for a ball. So pick up your pocket schedules, Wild Berries Marketplace and others retailers throughout Arcata. Well, baseball will denote Pacific Empire League game, and a little musical note will denote an appearance by the world famous Crabgrass Band, who's in attendance today. Big breaking ball. Drops into the zone, called strike 2. And started at the letters, finished below the belt. The 1-2 to Moss. Swung on and roped down the right field side, but foul. 103 off the bat. Ball jumped off the hardwood. A hard hit strike. It remains 1-2. Morris the runner at third. Sewell at second. Crabs with a 5-2 lead here in the 4th. Moss trying to extend it, fouls that one off. Stays alive. Forsyth in the on-deck circle. A jog race with the umpire, Michael Cowan, to get that foul ball. For the record, Cowan won. Called him off as well. The third time, we'll do the 1-2. In the dirt. Blocked by Holtz. Morris staying at third. Well, Moss lives to see another pitch. Young fan walking around in the 49ers Brock Purdy 13 jersey, just given a contract extension in the offseason. House comes set on the mound. The 2-2. Chopped foul down the third base side. And Moss battling this at bat. Will be the 8th pitch of the at bat. Upcoming. Making House work on the mound. It's first inning for Gavin House. Pitch fouled off again over towards the Knicks dugout. Players on the outside of the fence bailing out of the way. Now, it's not just the Knicks. The Crabs do this as well, but you've got a long net to protect the players, and instead some of them decide to stand in front of it. It's a risk calculation on their behalf. Wonder if any of them are going into finance or risk management. 2-2 misses high, and the count runs full. Pitch number 11 of the at-bat upcoming to Sutter Moss. Fourth batter of this fourth inning. Runners at second and third with one away. House comes set and deals. Popped up, left side, fair territory. Left fielder Guy coming over, makes the catch. Morris tagging and comes in standing. Run number 6 on the afternoon for the Crabs. As an 11 pitch at bat turns into a run, a sac fly, more specifically for Sutter Moss. Crabs lead it 6-2. Designated hitter Liam Forsyth. Get it on the round of the plate.
Liam Forsyth.
First time he's faced Gavin House. High and away ball. So 2-away, Crabs on top 6-2 after the sacrifice fly. Right-hander getting loose in the Knicks bullpen. House. Big bending breaking ball. Drops into the zone, 71 miles per hour. Called strike. Takes a look back at second. Another glance, now delivers. Low and inside in the dirt, but blocked by Holtz. 2-1. Crabs looking to start their 81st season 3-0. Trying to get a sweep of the Knicks. There's a line drive back up the middle. Gets through into center field. Sewell rounding third, headed for home. And he's in standing at 7-2 Crabs. Took that high pitch right back up the middle where it came from. Forsyth drives in a run. Now takes a pretty generous lead at first, but leaning back towards the bag. First pitch to Caden Lee, high and outside. Lee has been hot so far. He's got a double and a home run. A 1-0. Took that one the opposite way, gave it a ride, but foul. Six hits, 7 runs for the Crabs. 2 hits, 2 runs for the Knicks. Bottom of the fourth. Wind starting to pick up dirt on the warning track. A pitch is popped up on the infield. Second baseman over towards the bag and makes the catch. So the Crabs retired, but not before plating 2. They lead it 7-2 on ESPN 107.3.
Knicks leading the lineup, number 15, Caleb.
On to the fifth. Crabs 7-2 on top. There's a chopper to third. Up with it, Sewell. The long throw to first. One hopper picked cleanly by Lee. One pitch. The leadoff man Ford is retired. Crabs baseball brought to you in part by Compass Community Credit Union. Hey Crabs fans, team sponsor Compass Community Credit Union is happy to point you toward a better banking experience. Visit their conveniently located branches in Arcata and Eureka or online at compassccu.org. That's compassccu.org. First pitch to Ruiz, misses wide for a ball. Zazueta quickly deals fastball, off speed pitch. Waved at and missed for a strike. The 1-1. Off the plate. Fastball tailing away from the right-handed hitting Ruiz, but out of the zone. Backdoor slider. Doesn't get it from the home plate umpire that time. 3-1. Pitch, high and away, and he walked him. Ruiz has been to the plate 3 times, gotten on base all 3 times. 2 walks and a triple. Back at first with a walk. He was out on a to the score. Ruiz at second base now. This Shabasteri skies that one to right. Moss gives it a chase, makes the catch. Ruiz not going anywhere. A stolen base for Ruiz is how he got to second after the base on balls. Trying to get these technical difficulties, dropping off. I think I'm the one at fault. I keep kicking the court, but regardless, if I didn't admit to it, nobody would have ever known. 85-mile-an-hour fastball misses high for a ball. The 5-spot hitter, Vinny Lencioni. Pitch low and in the dirt for a ball. I got a little ahead of myself. This is Shabasteri. There was Guy who skied that last pitch into right. Got a little off kilter here in the booth trying to get back on air. So 3-0 now to Shabasteri, the cleanup hitter. Zazueta deals strike 1. So 2 outs. Ruiz, the runner at second. The 3-1 count to the right-handed hitting third baseman. Pitch misses high. Second walk of the inning for Zazueta. Now 2 on with 2 out. And now Vinny Lencioni. Here comes pitching coach Eric Giacconi.
Be sure to check out
and some action down now in the Crabs bullpen. Robin Guyver, who was trying to signal down to the pen. Now he's going to jog all the way out there. Don't have bullpen phones here at the Arcata Ballpark. Geiger going to pass the message along to the reliever warming up as Giacconi converses with Zazueta. Now heads back to the bench. Crabs Baseball is also brought to you by the North Coast Co-op. So 2 outs. Vinny Lencioni with 2 on. Zazueta, 1 more out, and he's being lined for the win. But you got to pitch 5 complete to get it. First pitch, fastball high, ball 1. Wind picking up to straightaway center. The American flag really starting to whip. As that one is popped foul down the right field side. Will it stay in play? It will, but Lee unable to get there as home plate umpires skipped one back to the pitcher, and really friendly exchange of words with Suarez behind the dish. Suarez says, that's my job. Just give me the ball. Get it there on the air. Don't got to hurt your shoulder. The 1-1. Big swing and a miss from Lencioni. It's 1-2. They're trying to get out of a 2-on, 2-out jam. The 1-2 swung on and missed. And through 5 now for Zazueta. After the 2-run first, it's been 4 shutout innings. Gets a handshake from Robin Guyver on his way. You have to imagine his afternoon may be done. And signaling down to the right-handed bullpen, that's it. So that'll be 5 complete for Zazueta when we come back. It's the Crabs after the 5th, leading 7-2 here on ESPN 107.3. So third pitcher in the afternoon is Kai Beeler, right-hander for the Knicks. To face the bottom third of the Crabs lineup, Rogers, Hamilton, and Reed. Crabs Baseball brought to you by North Coast Mercantile. Family owned and operated, serving Humboldt County since 1951. North Coast Mercantile brings you a fantastic assortment of domestic import and craft beers, as well as wine, spirits, non-alcoholic beverages, and snacks. Check out the North Coast Mercantile's tightest trailer in the right field beer garden at the Arcata Ballpark. 8 taps featuring local microbrews, wine, and cider. Rumor has it on Sundays they also serve mimosas here at the Arcata Ballpark for those of age. His first pitch misses 1-0 to Parker Rogers.
By the way, since you're here, can you bring me purple?
1-0 as Rogers fouls that one straight back to the screen. That flexible netting used to be chain link back in the day. It's been replaced with really better, quieter netting. I guess damages the baseballs less as well, but that's why you encourage young fans to stand back from the screen here at the ballpark, because it's not going to stop the ball. It's going to give a little bit of cushion. It injures some little fingers, or God forbid it knows. That pitch runs inside, almost hit Rogers. 2-1. Rogers walked in the second, grounded out to second base. That pitch also high and tight.
Just looking out for your safety.
3-1. Pitch is fouled straight back to the screen. And now a full count to Rogers. Rogers on this young season so far, coming into today's affair, was 2 for 5. Excuse me, 3 for 5 in 2 games. Breaking ball. Close, but Rogers protects and fouls it off. And we'll see another pitch. Rogers will, batting average will drop 100 points through today from 600 to 500 as he's now 3 for 6 on the year. That pitch misses high. He'll remain there. Draws his second walk of the game. Back-to-back innings, Crabs got the first base runner. And a fun-looking bat for Nolan Hamilton. Looks like a maple, like a light-colored wood. And then it's got black stripes wrapped around of different thicknesses. It's not consistent all the way down. As he, first pitch, he swings and ropes it into left. Hamilton. 1 for 2 on the day. He's reached base all 3 times, though. Got aboard on an error on the second. Walked in the fourth and now stands by way of a single here in the fifth. We'll bring up the center fielder, Timmy Reed. Crabs have 2 on with nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth, leading 7-2. Beeler comes set on the mound. Pitches, this is Chopper to first, to second for 1, and that's all they're gonna get. Throw over to third in case Parker Rogers rounded the base. She did by about a half step, but quickly back on. So Hamilton gunned down on the fielder's choice. Rogers advances to third, and Timmy Reed still at first base. And Robin Guyver is going to come out and talk to the third base umpire, Zach Norton, who made that call. It was a bang-bang play at second as Hamilton has wheels. Quickly retreating now is Guyver. But the shortstop, Caleb Ford, look like he was standing on top of the base. The slide came in and he jumped straight up in the air to avoid a collision with Hamilton. So on the infield ground ball, Knicks get 1 out. Now first and third. Leadoff man Keenan Morris found his swing. He's 2 for 3 today. Pitch outside. Reed not going at first. Crabs have gotten in this position a couple of times over the weekend. They've tried the double steal to draw a throw. One time was a pump fake. The second one was a throw cut off by the shortstop. One resulted in an out for the Crabs. The other one just a stolen base. There goes Reed. Pitch breaking ball. Throw down. One hopper handled by Ford at short, but short of the base. So Reed swipes second, eliminates the double play. And a 2-0 count to Morris in the box. So now it's Rogers at third, Reed at second. Infield comes in. Knicks down 7-2. Trying to save the gap from widening. The 2-0. Right down the middle. A little bit high, but over the heart of the plate for a called strike. Third baseman Shabasteri, even with third base, all the other infielders, they're partially or completely on the grass. Slider ran in on the hands of Morris, swung and fouled straight back, 2-2. Morris back with his signature look. The brown mustache and the bright blonde hair flowing out the back of his helmet. Third season with the Crabs for former Eureka High Logger. 2-2. Fouled away over the first base dugout. Time called by the catcher, John Holtz, and we'll take this moment to thank U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank strengthening our local communities. Commitments come to life through our people, programs, and policies. Together, we can make a difference in the communities we serve. Holtz quickly retreats behind the dish. Morris taps the plate. Little helmet jersey adjustment. And ready for the 2-2. Swung on a blooper. That's going to get down in right center. Rogers is going to strut on in. Here comes Reed being waved around. The throw cut off. Another 2 RBI single, a 3-hit Sunday afternoon for Keenan Morris. And 2 more RBIs for the Crabs shortstop.
Number 10,
so Keenan Morris came in to the day with a hitless on the year. So far, it's 3 for 4, 3 RBIs. Brings up the right-handed hitting catcher, Kavana Soares. Takes the first pitch, a breaking ball in the high 60s for a called strike. Hard to hit a breaking ball that starts at your body and finishes across the plate as a right-handed hitter. That one's inside, trying to turn on it, giving it a ride down the left field line. On top of the netting on the batting cages over behind the Crabs bullpen in foul territory. A long strike, 2. And 1 away, Morris the runner at first. Crabs now with a 9-2 lead here in the 5th. First 2 games were won by a combined 1 run, as that one is called. Strike 3 on the outside part of the plate, and Soares tried to say it was outside. Cowan sticks to his guns, and Soares goes down looking. That's open part of the plate has been there. The home plate umpire Cowan has been consistent. Second out of the inning for the Crabs. Brings up the third baseman, Sewell. Walked and stole a base. And a drop ball by Holtz behind the dish. No movement from Morris at first. Kind of bluffed his steal before that, so it was quite a ways off the bag, but elected not to try and test it with 2 outs. Stool steps back in. Couple of bat twirls. 1-0. Fouls that one off. Out of play again. Bat boy bringing out one more baseball. Home plate umpire. 2 away here in the home of the 5th. Morris the runner at first. Pitch to Sewell. Outside part of the plate, but too far off. Ball 2. Morris takes his lead at first. Kai Beeler's allowed 2 runs in his first inning of work here. His backdoor pitch had some bite to it at the end. Catches the outside part of the plate. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Morris will be going with the crack of the bat. And he goes anyways. There's a blooper into left center. That's going to get down in between the left fielder and the center fielder. Rolls all the way to the warning track. Morris rounding third, headed for home. And an RBI double from Cameron Sewell. Crabs hit double digits for the first time this year. Ross was in motion with the pitch. Allowed him to go score all the way from first. That was 92 miles an hour off the bat of Cameron Sewell. Just perfect placement in left center. Bring up Sutter Moss. First pitch, a grounder down the first base line, and taken to the base by Anderson. So an unassisted put out to end the fifth, but the Crabs get 3 more runs. They lead it 10-2. To the sixth we go here on ESPN 107.3. The sixth inning we go. New pitcher on the mound for the Crabs is Ishan Kambal. Right-hander wearing number 14. Kambal from San Jose State. His first appearance as a Crab this season comes in relief of David Zazueta. Zazueta exits the game with a 10-2 lead in line for the win. And Ishan Kambal graduated from high school in 2022, but is an incoming freshman. Back in 2022, his fastball was topping out at 90 miles an hour. We'll see what he touches his first action as in a Crabs uniform. It'll be O'Rourke, Anderson, and Brennick due up. O'Rourke so far 1 for 2 this afternoon. Singled in the first. Flew out to left in the fourth. Righty on righty. O'Rourke with a plate tap and a bat twirl, and away we go in the sixth. Shows bunt, pulls it back, called for a strike. Ball, that pitch, chin music to O'Rourke. Brushes him back off the plate. O'Rourke's got the chin protector extension on the helmet. Needed that one if it was just a couple inches more inside. Here's the 1-1, waved at and missed. Big swing from O'Rourke. Came up empty. 83 on that fastball in the lower third of the zone. The windup and the pitch. That one's roped over the left side, gets through the infield and rolls all the way to Hamilton and left. O'Rourke aboard with his second single of the day. Bring up the first baseman, Matt Anderson. Anderson with a pair of strikeouts. Did not like the call on the last one. Went down looking on a pitch that was almost in the left-handed batter's box. Setting up outside, and there's the pitch. It's a chopper to third, to second for 1. Rogers the turn to first, a double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. Sewell, Rogers, Lee. And just like that, O'Rourke eliminated from the base paths. Here's the designated hitter, Julian Brennick. Right-handed hitter takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. And again, for those of you just tuning in, that outside part of the plate's been open. The plate umpire Michael Cowan's been giving it consistently to both teams. That one's a rope right at Keenan Morris. Picks it just above his ankles. And quickly, the Knicks are retired. They go down 1, 2, 3. Well, one got on board, but a double play ended it. Just 3 batters sent up in the top of the 6th. We're on to the home half. Crabs lead it 10-2 on ESPN 107.3. Home half of the 6th, Crabs sporting a 10-2 lead over the visiting Novato Knicks. Game 3 of the 3-game series. Crabs in line for a sweep. And it's got a few moments while new pitcher on the mound for the Knicks warms up. Let's tune in to the world famous Crabgrass Band. Lead here as the new pitcher for the Knicks is Laszlo Clemens. Clemens appeared in relief in yesterday's matchup. And 4th pitcher of the afternoon for the Crabs. Another shout out to the one and only world famous Crabgrass Band.
On the mound for the
Forsyth, Lee, and Rogers do up bottom of the 6th for the Crabs. An 8-run advantage. These are the last couple of words from the catcher, Holtz. Just about ready to go. 9 hits for the Crabs has been their most productive offensive output of the weekend. First pitch from Clemens, way outside for a ball. Forsyth, 1 for 2, walked, scored a run, has an RBI. A 1-0, low for a ball. So the Knicks jumped on the Crabs early in the top of the 1st. Scored their only 2 runs of the game. Crabs answered in a big way in the bottom of the 2nd, sent 10 to the plate, scored 5 runs. Added on in the 4th and 5th as well. There's a hard hit ground ball through the left side of the infield. And another base hit, double digits for the Crabs on this Sunday afternoon.
Make way for the bat boy, Gavin.
92 miles an hour off the bat. Brings up Caden Lee. Lee has a double, a 3-run homer, and popped out to the first baseman in his last at bat. Now with the runner on and nobody out, here he comes again in the bottom of the 6th. That one's a shot to left, but right at the left fielder, Cody Guy. Another hard hit ball from Caden Lee. Well, that's baseball for you. You can get good wood on a pitch and still results in and out. So 102 miles an hour off the bat for Lee. out number 1. Brings up Parker Rogers. Rogers scored 2 runs, both times that he's walked. Also grounded out to second base. Runner at first goes high and tight. Throw down is way off. And Rogers, that pitch skated through and into center. Good backup from O'Rourke. Secondary backup, I should say, is Caleb Ford. The shortstop was backing up that play as well. To say that brushed Rogers off the plate, he's putting it lightly as he strolled all the way over to where Hamilton waiting in the on-deck circle after bailing out of the box. So 1-0 count. Credit Forsyth is stolen base. Pitches in the left-handed batter's box for ball 2.
Draw the short stick on the hot day game.
Crabs in command of this one, 10-2. Jumanji on the call, bringing you the action. Game 3, the Novato Knicks. Clemens comes set. Couple looks to second, now comes home. High fastball waved at and missed by Rogers. So looking ahead for the Crabs, they will play this Wednesday at 7 o'clock, hosting the Humboldt Eagles. World famous Crabgrass Band will be in attendance. Then a 3-game series next weekend with the Fresno A's. As per usual, Friday at 7, Saturday at 6:30, and a 12:30 Sunday game. Here's the 2-1. Ooh, outside part of the plate. Strike 2. 79 miles per hour on the pitch from Clemens there. Rogers digs back in, little helmet adjustment. Waits the 2-2. The pitch. Breaking ball, caught the outside part of the plate, called strike 3. Rogers still in the box, he's frozen as he goes down looking. Crabs fans might not be happy with the call there by Callan, but 2 points. 1, you're up 10-2, which obviously doesn't seem to matter, but number 2, consistently he's been giving that outside part of the plate all afternoon long. Now, is it in the expanded strike zone? Yes, but is it consistent also? As Hamilton sends a line drive single into left, mishandled by Guy, and that will score Sewell from second. RBI single for Hamilton. And it's now 11-2. Second run of the game scored by Forsyth. First RBI for Hamilton. The Crabs offense had some high-octane fuel before today's game. Hamilton with speed at first. Reed with speed also in the box. That pitch is way outside. And it bounced out of the glove of Holtz. Hamilton thought about going for second, took a couple steps and quickly retreats back to first. Hamilton swiped 15 bases last year with Mesa Community College. I say last year, last season. Their collegiate season just ended a couple weeks, month ago. Pending, that ball's inside. Ball 2. We got Adam Enyart, who was the designated hitter for the first 2 games and pitched as well yesterday. Attends St. Mary's College down in Moraga. They've got a game today, 3 o'clock against my Oregon State Beavers. That pitch is also, it's just a little bit of Army pitching, left, right, in the alternating batters boxes. 3-0. Two away, bottom of the 6th. 1 run already in for the Crabs. That one, Reed gives it a ride on 3-0. Fly ball to center, and he's going back. Misread it with the wind. A 1-hopper off the warning track. Hamilton being waved around. The throw is held, and 12-2, the Crabs. A double-digit lead. So 10-run lead. As Timmy Reed smoked that one to center and got a little boost from the wind. Nicholas O'Rourke. That's why coaches, especially at the Little League level, you're going to teach every outfielder first step back. It's a lot easier to come in on the ball than it is to retreat, as we saw there with O'Rourke. He took 3 steps in as that pitch is called for a strike, and then had to put the brakes on, and he had no chance of getting to that one as the wind carried it all the way to the edge of the warning track. 30 feet to the left of the 368 sign in center. Brings up the leadoff hitter, Keenan Morris. That second pitch is fouled straight back. Reed standing at second for his extra base hit. Morris has had the hot bat today. 3 for 4 with 3 singles, 3 RBIs. An opportunity for a 4th of each here, but in an 0-2 hole. First baseman shaded all the way over towards the line. There's a slow hit ball. Second baseman coming over, up with it, and it's going to be a close throw. Morris beats it out. Morris has been a pull hitter throughout the weekend. Knicks have obviously taken notice. They shifted the second baseman. It was normal playing position about 15 feet towards the line. First baseman Matt Anderson was hugging the line. And Morris just off the end of the bat, a little bit of a dribbler. Got past the mound and died on the grass before Ruiz was able to track it down. And Morris doesn't have top speed, but hustled to beat that one out. Reed moves to third in a 4-hit game for Keenan Morris. That'll boost the average a little bit. Pitch from Clemens, throw down to first. Morris back in standing. Pitch missed wide for a ball. So two-way, Crabs on top, 12-2. Runners at first and third. Scored in the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. En route to a commanding 12-2 lead where we sit now. Pitch also missed outside, 2-0. Kavana Suarez, 1 for 4 at the plate. When you have 13 hits and 12 runs, you're going to get a lot of opportunities to bat. 5th at bat in just the 6th inning. 3-0. Taken all the way, fastball down the middle. Strike 1. And Timmy Reed swung 3-0. Second time we've seen that today, and Suarez opted to take there, whether by his own accord or call from the coach. And that one's a line drive, but right at Ruiz, the second baseman, for out number 3. Crabs still played another 2 runs, extend their lead 12-2 on to the 7th. Crabs on top, 12-2 here on ESPN 107.3. on top in dominant fashion here, leading 12-2. The no 10-run rule. Usually agreed upon by the coaches unless it's league play in which there's no 10-run rule regardless. New pitcher on the mound for the Crabbies. It'll be Spencer Jacobs. Jacobs is a sophomore out of Harvard Gilbert University. In his most recent season, 16 innings pitched, 11.25 ERA, 20 strikeouts, and 15 walks. But the college stat lines don't always translate, as we saw last year with Max Hippensteel, who's yet to get here, but had I believe, above 8 ERA coming in. Yeah, a little bit of a rocky season down at UC Davis. Comes in and leads the Crabs in ERA at 2 ERA, 38 strikeouts, and just dominant on relief. So stats don't always match up, is the moral of the story. See Spencer Jacobs for the first time in Crabs uniform.
Alumni Fest and Parents Weekend is going to be Saturday, July 12th.
Big righty. Spots down, takes a moment on the mound, readjusts his hat.
July 26th is Italian Heritage.
It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Knicks, Holtz, Ford, and Ruiz. Righty on righty. Start the 7th. Wind up for Jacobs. Pitch waved at and missed. Fastball at 87 miles an hour, just above the zone. Couldn't get around on it. Comes back and another fastball, this time too low, 1-1. Holtz with a pair of strikeouts, one swinging, one looking. Jacobs got the glove all the way up to nearly his bill while looking in for the sign as that pitch is fouled away. Foul territory down the left field side. Well, Standish hustling out of the dugout to go grab that foul ball. Started the game on Friday and left with the lead, but relievers gave it up, so he wasn't credited with the win, but the Crabs did end up winning the game as that's a called strike 3 on a breaking ball. Holtz doesn't like the call. His third strikeout of the afternoon. Second one looking. Lineup turns over. Fourth at bat for Caleb Ford. Takes high and away for a ball. Wind has shifted now, blowing out to left center. The Coast Guard helicopter flyover. That pitch inside part of the plate for a called strike. So Collins extended left and right of the plate, but it's not gone high or low on the strikes. 1-1. Ooh, fouled that one off his leg, and Ford goes down. That hurts. Trainer Nate Keys, or excuse me, Chad Farrow, coming over to check on Ford.
Cider and winemakers featuring the ballpark this summer. Bad River Brewing Company, Big River Brewing Company, Six River Brewing Company.
So foul ball
Redwood Curtain Brewing Company, Lost Coast Brewing Company,
off of
and Trinity River Vineyards.
Ford's leg. Crabs resident historian Bryce Gummersall making an appearance. And make his way on down to his regular seating along the first base side. As Ford walking it off, still being attended to, and Mr. Gummersall, a teacher for nearly, if not already, 20 years down at South Fork High School, and a regular Crabs season ticket holder for many, many years. Also volunteers on the board of director. Again, Crabs, it takes a lot of effort to put on Crabs baseball year after year. 81 years consecutively running the longest operated collegiate wood bats summer baseball team in America. As Ford steps back in and is ready. The 1-2, check swing on a pitch in the dirt, did not go around. Now they get the appeal
to Daniel Osborne at first, no swing. But it's a volunteer board of directors. Crabs are a non-profit organization. Truly does take a village to put this on year after year. 2-2, low and away. And as mentioned already, Liam Warner, an excellent job operating the booth. All coaches and players for the time they put in traveling up here, and see the staff around in the red shirts as that one's inside. Ball 4. So if you're looking to get tickets, you can buy them in person at Wildberries Marketplace. Can't buy tickets at the gate anymore. It's digital ticketing only. You can buy them online at the Humboldt Crabs website and print off a ticket if you choose. You get a QR code on your phone to get in, but well worth it. Wonderful environment and good baseball. So the Knicks get a runner on. Ford, after fouling one off his shin, makes his way to first. Brings up Ruiz. Ruiz takes off the plate for a ball. Ruiz is 1 for 1. He tripled in the first and has walked in his other 2 at-bats. Does have a stolen base as well. The 1-0 from Jacobs. Low and away. So 2-0 now the count, 1 away. Top of the 7th, Crabs on top 12-2. Spencer Jacobs, the 3rd pitcher for the Crabs. First time working out of the stretch. Fastball stayed eye level. Ball 3. And it was a loud ovation in between innings with the bright orange Coast Guard chopper. Round about the field, entered over left field. Back-to-back walks, that one on 4 pitches is ran low and in, and Jacobs, after the initial strikeout, is back-to-back walks and 2 base runners now for the Knicks. So pinch hitter now, it's going to be Gilbert Roth. Started both the other 2 games. Pinch hits now for Cody Guy. First pitch, inside part of the plate, called for a strike. So 0-1 now to Roth. Jacobs reaches back, and a high and tight fastball called for strike 2. Ford, the runner at second, Ruiz at first, neither of them being held on. 0-2 is a high pitch, roped into left field, down the line. That's going to be off the wall. Hamilton scoots by him. Ford is in. Here comes Ruiz. The throw not in time. Nobody covering third, and Roth takes third. So a double for Roth in a pinch hit appearance, 2 RBIs, and plates a pair. So the throw came in. It was not cut off by the third baseman and just died on the grass. Didn't make it all the way to the plate. But the cutoff man was Sewell, the third baseman, and the shortstop, Keenan Morris, was hovering over towards second, so he didn't go to the base. And third was left open. Roth saw the opportunity. First pitch misses. Score is now 12-4, Crabs on top. Second pitch from Jacobs stays high, ball 2. So some offense now for the Knicks in the late innings. Reaching back and corking a fastball at 85, fouled down the left field line. Shabasteri is 0 for 2 tonight. The walk. Does have an RBI on 0 for 1. He was a sac fly in the first. Fielder's choice in the third, walked in the fifth. Takes that pitch very low. Ball 3. It's a little adversity for Jacobs now on the mound. Back to the windup. Pitch missed inside, so that pitch wide doesn't end up getting a strike call and another walk. Third walk of the inning for Jacobs. As pitching coach Eric Giacconi calls time and makes his way to the mound. Conversation here. The benefit to the position that Jacobs is in is you get your first appearance and you give up a couple of walks and get hit, you give up 2 runs, but it doesn't have a huge impact yet. As the Crabs still with a 12-4 lead, so still plenty of breathing room for Jacobs. Just got to get a couple more outs. So we have pinch hitter number 12. It'll be Jet Gorales, the pinch hitter. Pinch hits for Vinny Lencioni. So Lencioni was hit by a pitch, 2 strikeouts. He finishes 0 for 2 as Gorales now pinch hits for him, takes a pitch high. Still only 1 away here in the top of the 7th. The Knicks have already brought 2 home, first and third. As Gorales sends a chopper towards the Crabs dugout. 1-1. Knicks have been shuffling the roster around. Gorales got the start on Friday. I believe made an appearance yesterday as a pinch hitter as well. Runner at first being held on and reaching for that one way off the plate, fouling it back as Gorales, strike 2. Manager Robin Guyver hustles out to snag that foul ball. Of course, coaching staff, same as last year. Guyver, the manager, pitching coach Eric Giacconi, hitting coach Jeff Jackmany, and John Bryant, who's yet to make his way here, is a punch out. Gorales goes down looking. Second out of the inning. John Bryant will be back with the team next weekend as they host the Fresno A's. Bring up the right-handed hitting center fielder, Nicholas O'Rourke. First and third. O'Rourke's got power in that bat. 2 away, Spencer Jacobs trying to end this turbulent half inning. Waved at and missed. Big breaking ball. And O'Rourke, all he can do is nod and smile to the dugout. He knows he chased that one in a good pitch from Jacobs. There's a slider that goes inside, pops up high, and a run is going to come in. As that ball went off the knee pad of Suarez and almost over the backstop, just maybe a foot below. So Roth comes in to score from third. Shabasteri advances to second. Knicks cut the deficit just a little bit more. It's now 7 here in the 7th. 12-5 Crabs. And the Knicks, 5 runs on only 3 hits. Here's the 1-1. That's a chopper to the shortstop Morris. 1 hop, he's up with it. Throw on to first is in time to get O'Rourke, but not before the Knicks push 3 runs across. They still trail 12-5. Crabs due up on the bottom of the 7th here on ESPN 107.3. World famous Crab Grass Band and friends. Can only mean one thing. Take me out to the ball game. 7th inning stretch here at the Arcata Ballpark. Crabs on top, 12-5. Mitchell Longy here on ESPN 107.3, streaming on KATA1340.com, as well as the Crabs YouTube live stream. Go to the Humboldt Crabs YouTube page. They've got live broadcasts. Just have one camera behind home plate, but it serves you well. You can also go back and look at previous broadcasts as well. If there was a standout play you saw while you were attending the game, you want to see it again, just go back and find it on the live stream. As new pitcher, 4th of the afternoon. Excuse me, new pitcher is the 5th of the afternoon. It's J.J. Spencer. And J.J. Spencer, familiar with Humboldt County, pitches at College of the Redwoods. And they face a familiar foe from the Humboldt Crabs. Some friends as well. Standish, a CR product on the Crabs, as well as Miles Oliver and Brock Leonard.
Coming back for Humboldt Crabs, number 11, Cameron Sewell.
This will be 3-4-5, due up for the Crabs. Sewell, Moss, and Forsyth. First pitch from Spencer in the dirt for a ball. Sewell's 1 for 3 on the night. A pair of strikeouts, a double, a walk, and a stolen base. Tried to go backdoor with the slider there. Stayed wide, ball 2. There's an RBI double in the 5th for Sewell. Fastball, 82 miles an hour, belt high, waved out and missed. Strike 1. Wind still blowing out to dead center. Crabs on top, bottom of the 7th. A score of 12-5. Spencer out of the stretch, comes set, and a chopper that'll get through to the outfield. Base hit for Cam Sewell. Here's Sutter Moss, right fielder.
Number 6, Sutter Moss.
He's at Delta College. His first season at Delta, batted .366, 10 doubles, 10 home runs. And in the outfield, a .982 fielding percentage, just 2 errors all season long. Moss takes low and in, called strike 1. Sewell being held on at first. And some defensive replacements for the Knicks after a pair of pinch hitters, and Moss pops that one up, right center, going back at the wall, looking up, and it's gone. A 2-run long ball for Sutter Moss. Crabs push the lead back to 9. Second home run of the afternoon for your Humboldt Crabs. This time off the bat of Sutter Moss. And just mentioned he had 10 home runs at Delta College. Gets his first in the Crabs uniform. High off the netting in right center. So bases cleared, brings up the designated hitter Liam Forsyth against Spencer. Checks his swing and fouls it straight back for strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count. Still no outs in the bottom of the 7th. The Knicks got 3 in the top half of the inning. Crabs 1 swing and they get 2 back. Right-handed hitting Forsythe. Oh, wide pitch, gets back behind the catcher and all the way to the backstop. 2-1. Crabs 15 hits this afternoon. Converted that into 14 runs. They've scored consecutively in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and now 7th innings. Multiple runs in each. Two and one to Forsythe. Wide again from Spencer. 3-1. Uncomfortable feeling on the mound after giving up a home run, and Spencer a little rattled, now falling behind Forsythe. Pitch is low and away, and he walked him. Fourth time Forsythe has reached base safely. And Michael Cowan now pulling the umpires in to have a conversation. Not sure exactly what's going on. So all three umpires over behind between the pitcher and the second baseman, having a bit of a conversation. And reminder for Dre's kids, run the bases. On Sundays. So Cowan now talking with Kim and making his way back his normal spot behind home plate. And trying to listen and overhear what he's explaining to Driver. Nothing's changed. We still have Forsythe at first and Lee up to the plate, nobody out. So not quite sure what that was all about, but doesn't seem to affect the action as a breaking ball skips in there for a ball. Lee with a rocket of a line out to left field in his last at bat. He homered all the way back in the second inning. Got the scoring party started for the Crabs. All off the plate, misses. Lee steps back in. Short lead at first for Forsythe. Spencer comes set. Lanky right-hander delivers a strike. Outside part of the plate. The College of Redwoods baseball product on the mound here for the Novato Knicks. And Lee Warner and I will be back on the radio for College of Redwoods football this fall as Lee fouls that one back and out of play. So count evens at 2-2. Oh yeah, plate tap and ready to go. Spencer at the belt. Kicks, deals, breaking ball, swung on and fouled off, protecting was Lee with 2 strikes.
And the game that some of you helped MC. Everybody did their part.
And regular third base coach, John Bryant, JB, is known by the players and staff, will be back at the team the next weekend. Jeff Jacobin taking his place here. The first weekend, Lee waves and misses. Third strike was dropped, but a runner on first not going. Lee back to the dugout. And this is the 5th time through the lineup for the Crabs here in the 7th inning. Brings up the second baseman, Parker Rogers. Rogers, a couple of singles, an RBI, scored a couple of runs. Readies for his fifth turn at the plate, and throw over. Gets past the first baseman, and he tripped on the bag trying to chase the ball down, so easily into second. Is Forsyth on the air. Pickoff move from J.J. Spencer backfires and removes the double play possibility with one away.
I'm sure about that one.
Long look in for Spencer on the mound. Forsyth takes his lead now at second. Pitches a breaking ball. Rogers. You know it's a good breaking ball when the hitter starts to bail out of the box and it breaks across the plate for a strike. I mean, great movement there from Spencer. 0-1 now to Rogers. It's interesting what hitters will do in the boxes. Time now called. And Rogers will hold his helmet and hold the bat out with his left hand towards the pitcher the entire time. And Spencer's looking in to get the call, and then once he comes set, he'll bring the bat back. There it is. There's holding the helmet, bat out. Spencer is still looking in. Oh, he dropped the hand this time. And now brings the bat back. The 0-1. Slider swung on, fouled. Off out of play on the right field side. Crabs on top here, home half the seventh, 14-5. Offense has exploded today. Put up 4 runs on Friday, 4 on Saturday, and 14 here this afternoon. Rogers, the 0-2, another breaking ball, another foul ball. The Arcade Ballpark, the front entrance redone by Hooven Construction, and not 100% finished yet, but close enough to allow fans into the ballpark. Looks very good if you haven't seen it. Again, I always encourage you to come out for a game. Can't go wrong attending Crabs game. 0-2 way outside, and catcher Holtz thought about trying to throw back to second behind Forsyth, but nobody covering. So Rogers has been at the plate for what seems like 10 minutes, and it's still only 1-2. And only 1 out. Pitch from Spencer, low for a ball. It started off with home plate umpire calling time and having a conversation about the walk that was issued. That was the first kind of delay before Leave came to the plate. Now Rogers with the throw over in the air on Spencer, the pickoff move. You see some of the Crabs pitchers, especially Zazueta, Standish on Friday, work very quickly. Spencer does not work in that same fashion as a slider misses low, count runs full. Right-hander getting loose in the Crabs bullpen. A little bit of stretching going on over on the Knicks side. Crabs on top, 14-5. They have 15 hits as a team. Rogers with 2 of those 15. Looking for 1 more. The full count. Off the plate. And a walk. Third walk of the game for Rogers. Stand corrected, that's Hamilton who's coming up. He's got 2 singles. Rogers has been on base 3 times, however. So Nolan Hamilton, RBI single, scored a run in the 6th. Back in to face Spencer for the first time today. Hamilton, a shot through the left side of the infield. Rounding third and headed for home. Here's the throw, the ball is dropped. Forsyth safe, a head first dive. I thought he swiped the base the first time. He looked up to the umpire, Cowan. Didn't get the sign, so that he slapped his hand in the middle of the base, and the safe signal from Cowan. It is back to a 10-run advantage for the home team.
Number 3, Timmy Reed.
15-5 on another base hit by Hamilton. Takes second on the throw. Forsythe comes around to score, and Rogers goes first to third. Bring up center fielder Timmy Reed. Oh, ran inside. Did it hit him? Yes. Reed tried to jump out of the way of that one, but could not escape, and now the bases are loaded.
Hey, check it out, the bases are F-O-C, full of crustaceans.
Will be the 8th batter of the inning. Now with Keenan Morris, his 6th at-bat today.
Next weekend, we're hosting the Fresno A's for a 3-game series. Before a midweek
16 hits as a team.
And then hosting the Athletic.
The Crabs this afternoon.
The weekend after that, Father's Day weekend, by the way. Where the Crabs
Holtz jogs out to the mound to have a quick chat with Spencer.
Up at bat for Humboldt Crabs. Number 9, Keenan
Still only
Morris.
1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Crabs on top 15-5. Bases loaded now for Keenan Morris, who's been on fire. He's 4 for 5 today. Spencer deals. Morris fouls it off. Guyver out talking with third base coach Jeff Giacomini. Don't even really bother marking the coaching boxes anymore. There's an inset on the grass at first and third base, but occasionally have a white line where the coaches have to stay inside. Giacomini's now moves back, but we've seen him where he's almost closer to the dugout coaching third than he is to the foul line. 0-1 runs inside on Morris, tried to go with the back foot slider. Bit too hard. 1-1. So Morris looking for his 5th hit of the afternoon. The 1-1 ran inside again. Just about the same pitch that hit Timmy Reed. So 1 out. Bases loaded for the Crabs, already up by 10. Cavanasaurus, the catcher, leaving the shin guards on in the on-deck circle. Morris ground into a double play. Pitch, Morris fouls it off. Strike 2. Definitely aggressive again. 2-2 the count. Morris back into the batter's box. AJ Spencer deals. And a backdoor slider. Keenan Morris staying in the box to let umpire know he's not a fan of the call, but regardless, it's an out. He goes down looking. 2nd out of the 7th. Bases remain loaded now. For the catcher, Cavanasaurus. Suarez singled, and it seems like almost yesterday at this point, all the way back in the 2nd inning. Single and an RBI. Only time he's been on base today. Crabs have batted around as Suarez sends this fly ball down the right field line and foul into the bullpen. The way the balls have carried, I mean, I've got to pause on fly balls to the outfield. Both the home runs look like well-hit balls off the bat, but maybe back third of the grass, warning track power perhaps, with the wind and the sun. Wind blowing hard straight to dead center. Both of them carried out. So a long strike for Suarez. 2 away, bottom of the 7th. Bases remain loaded. That pitch runs inside. Got close to Suarez. Ball 1. Sewell led off the inning with a single. He's standing in the on-deck circle. One is a line drive back up the middle. Base hit for Suarez. Rogers in to score. In standing as well is Hamilton. It is 17-5. So a messy scorebook indeed. It's the second time this game that the Crabs have sent 10 men to the plate. And Spencer's afternoon is done. And Cubs Redwood, well, for now, the Corsairs will be the Wolves. His afternoon is done. New pitcher on the mound. We come back and take a 60-second timeout here on ESPN 107.3. New pitcher on the mound for the Novato Knicks is number 23, Eli Fogelman, trying to put this 7th inning to an end. Crabs have plated 5, have 2 on with 2 out. It'll be the 10th batter of the inning coming up with Sewell. As Fogelman gets starting a couple more warm-up pitches. World famous Crabgrass Band, continuing to provide off-the-field entertainment.
Coming to bat for Humboldt Crabs,
Unrivaled. So 2 away, home half the 7th. Crabs on top 17-5. They have 17 hits as a team as well. Here's Sewell, who led off the inning with a single and scored a run. Reed, the runner, at second. Suarez at first. One pitch ran inside and hit him. First pitch from Fogelman. Sewell wears it. Brings up Sutter Moss.
Number 6, Sutter Moss.
If you'll remember, Sutter Moss hit a home run. That was this inning. Top of the 7th. Sent one to right center. So, opportunity to do it again now with the bases loaded, and pitch runs inside. Moss takes for a ball. Moss been manning right field all weekend long for the Crabs. First season playing with the ball club. Pitch from Fogelman, and that one is skied up just on the outfield grass. Now coming into the infield, the second baseman tracking it down is Adrian Ruiz, and that puts an end to the 7th. Crabs on top 17-5 here on ESPN 107.3. Back at the Arcata Ballpark, Crabs dominating the Knicks 17-5. It's been an absolute onslaught. The Crabs offensively, after we had 8 runs through the first 2 games, and now 17 in today's affair.
Warming up on the mound.
So 50-50 was over $700. Another bonus opportunity to win big when you come to the ballpark. New pitcher on the mound is Wade Mounts. Mounts a sophomore pitching at San Jose State University. And Mounts was initially committed to Arkansas out of high school. And it's a big, strong build. It's top out in the low 90s in his fastball. So anything about baseball, Arkansas, a powerhouse down in the SEC. So the talent's there. Not sure the road that led him to San Jose State and now the Crabs uniform, but Mounts, for being recruited by some of those big name SEC schools, you got something going for you. So we'll see what Mounts has on the mound as a Crab. First pitch, 87 miles an hour. Heated at the top of the zone, fouled off. Pinch hitter is number 21, Braden Coletto. Takes that fastball outside part of the plate. Strike 2. Righty on righty. Mounts, deals, fouled straight back to the screen. Oh, what a snag. Bounce. That was Juan Suarez behind the plate. He turned around to grab a new baseball from Michael Cowan, and the ball bounced right off the netting right back into his hand. So not something you see every day. Quick hands by the catch there. We'll do the 0-2 again. Mounts throws a breaking ball, started at his shoulder and broke in the zone, called strike 3. Coletto sent down looking. So Mounts gets his first strikeout in a White Crabs uniform. Brings up the designated hitter, Julian Brennick. Fastball from Mounts. High and tight, but called strike 1. Top of the 8th, Crabs on top, 17-5. The ball's fouled out onto a play onto F Street. Strike 1, a dangerous affair trying to, if you want to try and park close to the ballpark, you run the risk of having to replace your windshield potentially as the ball gets away from Mounts. Skips by Suarez to the backstop. Ball 1. Come on, Suarez tracks down the ball, gives it back to Cowan. Brennick a little plate tap and he's ready. Out of the stretch, the pitch. Low and away, ball 2. And make sure you can go on the Crabs website and, well, as if you can get one of the pocket schedules, all the themed promotion nights in the ballpark. Today is Star Wars and Star Trek afternoon. 2-1 from Mounts, took something off, check swing from Brennick. No, he did not go around. Says the first base umpire, Daniel Osborne. So the count goes to 3-1. 3-2, excuse me. Pitch from Mounts, that one's roped into right. Nolan Hamilton coming in, but fields it off a bounce. And a single for Brennick. We'll bring up John Holtz, the catcher. And it's pretty funny looking at the roster for the Knicks before the game. Everybody's got the college that they most recently played at listed there. Holtz just says transfer portal. Swing and a miss. Obviously, the transfer portal, popular route for many collegiate athletes. But I don't think I've ever seen that listed on Summer League Baseball roster until now, as that second pitch is in there. Called strike 2. The 0-2. Goes to the breaking ball. Looked to be pretty close, but does not get the call. Again, the inside-outside parts of the plate have been open, but high and low have not, as that one's fouled back to the screen. And, oh, Soares almost went 2 for 2 as he slaps his knee on the ricochet back off the netting. Would have been impressive. These are the things that make a 17-5 baseball game very exciting. How many times can the catcher catch it on a ricochet off the backstop? The 1-2 from Mounts. Swing and a miss. The good old golden sombrero for John Holtz, his 4th strikeout of the day. So the lineup turns over. Mounts has given up a single and a couple of strikeouts. Ford fouled a pitch off of his leg in his last plate appearance. He gets pinch hit for. Now it's Troy Rizzo. First plate appearance day for Rizzo after playing yesterday's game. Second pitch is in the dirt low for a ball, 2-0. Brannick still hanging out at first base. Lee not holding him on. Crabs on top, 17-5. Fastball way high. 3-0. So 3 pitches, not even close to the zone. It's a pinch hitter Rizzo. Here's the 3-0. Just got the inside part of the zone for a called strike. 3-1 now. As the Crabs trying to wrap up their series sweep of the Knicks, and he walks Rizzo. So Rizzo at first. Brannick heads to second. Brings up Adrian Ruiz, second baseman. Ruiz 1 for 1 with 3 walks today. Scored a pair of runs and stole a base. So an RBI in the first with his triple into left center. 2 away. Swing and a miss. Fastball elevated at 84. Bounce. Looking fastball. Bit low, but gets the call. And discussed this yesterday, but less likely on those pitches that are close to the zone. If the catcher drops it, less likely to get the call, but Cowan gives it to him. The 0-2. Off speed pitch is shot foul down the third base side. The 0-2 again. Another breaking ball. Ruiz again gets a piece. Ruiz battling, staying alive. Again, 2 outs. Top of the 8th. Crabs on top, 17-5. Approaching 3 hours of this baseball game. As Mounts another slider. A hard hit ball gets through the left side of the infield. Rounding third, headed for home. Here comes the throw from Hamilton on target, and he's out! Hamilton, frozen rope into Soares for the 3rd out of the inning. And on to the bottom of the 8th, Crabs on top, 17-5 here on ESPN 107.3. Bottom of the 8th for the designated hitter, Liam Forsyth. First pitch misses high for a ball, 1-0. Second one in the zone for a call to strike. Fogelman remains on the mound. Third baseman having a chat with third base umpire Zach Norton over. Infield relatively deep against Forsyth here as second pitch on the outside part of the zone called for a strike. Logan Forsyth walked and scored a run in the second, popped out in the third. RBI single in the fourth. Single, stolen base, and run scored in the sixth. A walk and a run in the seventh. He fouls that one out of play. Remains 1-2. Crabs on top, 17-5. Bottom of the 8th here from the Arcata Ballpark. Trying to put the finishing touches on a series sweep of the Knicks.
Next up, number 24, Kaden Lee.
Retired is Forsyth. Brings up Caden Lee. Lee with a home run back in the second inning. Struck out in his last at bat. There's a hard hit ball right at the second baseman off the glove of Ruiz. Trying to stay with it, the throw to first, he eats it. And Lee is aboard with a single. Cowboy getting a round of applause. Retrieving Lee's bat. 18 hits now. Parker Rogers into the batter's box. Lee at first. Pitch from Fogelman runs down and away. Ball 1. Again, the Crabs back in action Wednesday night, hosting the Humboldt Eagles. Pitch to Rogers. Catches the top part of the zone for a strike. Lead takes his lead at first. Fogelman at the belt. Pitch. The chopper over the right side gets through into the outfield, and yet another hit for the Crabs. Third base coach Jeff Giacometti, a big stop sign for Lee at second. So Lee moves up to second. The 19th hit, Parker Rogers. It's only his first base hit of the night, but he scored 3 runs. All 3 times he was walked. Bring up Nolan Hamilton, who just threw out runner to end the top of the 8th, and the opinion of some of the others in the booth, Soares did not get that tag down, and play should have continued. However, we're running over 3 hours for this baseball game, and the Crabs on top 17-5, no complaints here. 1 away with 2 on. Slider goes way wide, the throw down to second. It was on target to the shortstop, but he wasn't covering the base. So Lee back in safely. Hard part with the numbers on the back, unless the players turn around, can't tell who's out there at short, because the starter forward was pinch hit for, as that ball is popped up on the infield. Infield fly roll, batter is out. So Hamilton is retired. Bring up Timmy Reed. Reed was hit by a pitch.
Number 3, Timmy Reed.
The only Crab did not score a run in this afternoon's 17-5 affair so far is Kavanis Soares. However, he has done his fair share, his 3 RBIs. So here is Left-handed hitting center fielder from the University of San Francisco. Reed taking, called strike one. Pitch from Fogelman. Stayed high and away. Keenan Morris is standing on deck for what would be his 7th at-bat of the game. 1-1. The count now to Reed with 2 away. Home half of the 8th. Swung on and missed. Fogelman took something off there. Reed takes a deep breath. Steps back in and readies for the 1-2. Lead the runner at second, Rogers at first. Pitch, a wild one. Goes all the way to the backstop. Runners advance 90 feet. Still 2 away, but Rogers now at second, Lee at third. Crabs on top 17-5. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Timmy goes down swinging, and we head to the 9th. Crabs on top, 17-5 on ESPN 107.3. Mitch Waji back here at the Arcata Ballpark, taking you the final 3 outs of the way. 17-5, Crabs on top. And sometimes we'll go, around the league, check in on other teams and scores. No, let's check in on Adam Enyart's St. Mary's Gales and my Oregon State Beavers. In Corvallis, in the middle of the second, Beavers on top 1-0 in an elimination game of the Corvallis Regional. Winner plays USC tonight at 7 p.m., so doubleheader in store for one of those 2 teams. Is strike 1 called on the pitch by Wade Mounts. Mounts, that one ran inside, hit him on the hands. That hurts. 84 miles per hour at the end of your hand. And extra painful when from back here you can't tell if that actually nicked to the end of the bat or it was your hand. So that's Roth. Came in for Guy. Roth doubled and scored a run, and then he just got hit on the hands. So bit of a painful experience off the bench as Shabasteri takes ball 1 high. Next pitch from Mounts, catches lower part of the zone for a strike. Loyal Crabs fans hanging out all the way until the bitter end. Crabs on top, 17-5, top of the 9th. That one runs off the plate. And Mounts looking down like he's slipped a little bit, lost the handle, so to speak. 2-1 they count. Chopper fouled on the third base side by Shavasteri. 2-2. "17 runs, 19 hits for the Crabs, 5 runs, 4 hits for the Knicks." Pitch from Mounts, slider, low. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Mounts out of the stretch, comes set. And deals. High and away, and he walked him. So 2 base runners on to start the 9th for the Knicks.
Next up, number 12, Jet Grants.
Corrales, who came on in the 7th as a pinch hitter, remained in the game, will get his second at bat. Struck out looking. And takes a strike right there. 2 on, nobody out for the Knicks. Ball off the plate. 1-1. So the Knicks only trailing by 12. If you've been following the NBA playoffs, teams that are called the Knicks only seem to turn it on when they're down by 20. That ball is poked down the right field line, and it's a fair ball. Corrales rounding first. He's headed for second. In to score is Roth, and being held up at third is Shavasteri. So run number 6 as an RBI double from Corrales down the right field line.
I said at this rate.
That'll bring up Nicholas O'Rourke.
Next up, number 28, Nicholas O'Rourke.
2 on, nobody out. Runners at second and third. (17-6) the score now. Runs inside, brushing. O'Rourke off the plate as Mounts. Ball back quickly, comes set. That ball smoked into right. High and deep. Going back is Moss on the warning track, makes the catch. Both runners tagging. Throw comes into second. So uncontested as a sacrificed fly for O'Rourke. Plates another. So Knicks trying to clean up the final stat line a bit. 17-7. Liam Warner's right. We've got a football score now. As it's a foul ball. Out of play off the top of the snack shack on the behind the visitors' dugout. Braden Coletto, who came in the 8th as a pinch hitter, getting his second at bat. 0-1. In on the hands of Chopper down the third base side. Charging in, up with it. Throw to first by Sewell, in time to get him. Mount smartly on the mound. I mean, not short by any standards. Had to duck down to allow a clean throw by Sewell. Excellent awareness from the pitcher. 1 out away from wrapping this one up. So here's Brennick, the designated hitter, singled in his last at bat. 2 outs now in the 9th. Knicks have scored 2 runs, but still trail by 10. First pitch, high, but called for a strike. Belt high fastball, which is a little out of the zone. 0-1. Runner at third for the Knicks. That one goes inside for a ball. One and one. The pitch runs off the plate. Ball 2. So Mounts just trying to put the finishing touches on a dominant opening weekend. Games 1 and 2 were much more competitive, 1-run games. Crabs victorious in both. But bats came alive here on Sunday. Pitch slow and away, and he walked him. So Brennick aboard with the base on balls. Corrales is the runner at third. Running at first, and that'll bring up Holtz. Holtz looking to do something that very few people do. He's looking for his 5th strikeout. Be an impressive feat, to say the least. He's got 2 looking and 2 swinging. First pitch, right down the middle. Strike 1. So 2 3-run home runs and a grand slam puts the Knicks back in this with 2 outs in the 9th. Swing and a miss. Starting to look eerily similar to Holtz's other 4 at-bats. Fortunately for him. The 0-2 from Mounts. Popped up, foul.
No running in the park, please. No running in the stands. Thank you.
The 0-2 from Mounts. Low for a ball. Fans in the left field picnic area starting to pack up their chairs. Fans on the aluminum bleachers rumbling their feet. Antsy for this one to end. We're pushing almost 3.5 hours. The 1-2. Waved at, missed, foul tipped into the glove. Holtz truly does go down swinging. 5 strikeouts for him. Riding the struggle bus this afternoon as the Crabs victorious 17-7. Coach is going to shake hands at home plate. Fine touch, and everybody got the bats going offensively for the Crabs. So 24 combined runs between these 2 teams. And the Knicks started it off in the top of the first. They plated a couple of runs. Ruiz with an RBI triple and a sac fly. Crabs answered in the bottom of the second with 5 runs. Caden Lee, 3-run blast, got the scoring going. They took that 3-2 lead and it never looked back. Got up to 10, Knicks cut it to 7, pushed it back up to 12 for 2 runs in the 9th is how we get to our final score of 17-7. Big shout out to Zach back in our Eureka studios for keeping the broadcast going all weekend long. Shout out to Liam Warner and all the Crabs staff and volunteers here at the Arcata Ballpark. Final score 17-7. I'm Mitchell Monge. It's been a pleasure to join you all weekend long for excellent Crabs baseball. Crabs 3-0. Next game is Wednesday, 7 p.m. here from the Arcata Ballpark against the Humboldt Eagles. Crabs win 17-7.